I left active duty during the summer of 2007, an exhausted and bitter 23-year-old. I did not know how to identify myself, really. I'd heard once a Marine, always a Marine, but I didn't feel like it. I didn't fall in love with the structure, standard operating procedure, and a lifestyle where mission accomplishment took precedence over political correctness. The face in the mirror was an embarrassment, and not that of a sergeant of Marines anymore. When you're in your early 20s, 5 years is a real long time to be away. No matter how hard I tried, there was no way to make up that time all at once. My peers in the Marines were getting promoted, they were changing duty stations, they were starting families while the peers I grew up with had graduated college and were establishing themselves professionally in the workforce. College was a struggle, but I knew I had to go, and it was the most reasonable next step. When I left the Marines, I had made many promises to myself, one of which was to go to school. I'd earned the benefits, and it was always my kind of go-to excuse when a superior asked me why I was getting out. I kept to myself. When other students would try to engage me in any type of conversation that was not related to that specific class, I'd politely tell them I was not there to make friends. Lived experience, does not show up on a transcript. A prerequisite course in Middle Eastern history or politics does not replace 3 deployments of fighting and enduring a war that those at home can only read about. I wanted to avoid the slew of inappropriate questions you receive following your return from conflict. Did you see combat? How many people did you shoot? Did you see any friends killed? Now, as the 1st and 15th of every month came and went, I started to really miss active duty. That, of course, is payday. Finding meaningful yet stimulating employment was a struggle. A veteran, living at home, just starting college, makes it real difficult to market yourself. Having a job in the military that does not exactly translate into the civilian sector poses an additional challenge. I parked my pride, took a job waiting tables. The thought of my junior Marines back in North Carolina, Iraq, or Afghanistan, seeing me with an apron tied around my waist, made it real difficult each shift. However, I was, and continue to be, extremely grateful to maintain employment, given the economic struggles that we live in. I reasoned with myself that things would get better. This hopefully is only temporary. It was at this point I started to realize that work would never be the same again. I finished my bachelor's degree, applied to everything and anything I thought I was qualified for. No luck. I was determined not to settle on anything, and that was important to me. I saw advertisements about companies hiring veterans. I would get excited, reach out, apply, but the jobs were not up to my standards. Now, it's very important to know that it was not that I thought I was better than anyone else. Pride is not the issue here. Being afforded the opportunity to showcase my capabilities that were proven time and time again from recruit training through 3 deployments and up to my subsequent honorable discharge was what I longed for. I had been in charge of millions of dollars worth of equipment. The consequences of my decisions literally translated in the life and death of fellow Marines. And I was counting on the tips of restaurant patrons to pay monthly bills.